Hello, everyone. Had the baby, and I'm finally ready to do my first video after having her. And I'm in a really good place. And her birth was so amazing and healing. Um, so I thought I would talk a little bit about that, and hopefully I won't get too long. Um, we actually ended up having her right in this room. She came pretty quick, and my I was in labor for maybe 2 hours early morning when my water broke, and I realized, oh, I should probably call everybody just in case she comes fast. And so we did, and she was born at 11:08, and the midwife got here at 10:45, and the doula came at about 11. And the doula was coming farther away. She's a great friend. She was coming further away than the midwife even. And so they got here, and when my water broke, I had kind of been on my hands and knees. I'm a very big proponent of birth position matters, and especially after this experience. And then after that, I got just kind of too uncomfortable and too intense, and so I sat back down. And my husband was here with me, and he just like literally helped me breathe through and hold my hands through all of the contractions. And they were intense, but the nice thing about natural labor is it's so, you get breaks, and so you kind of just, and when even at the end you have breaks. And so the midwife came, and she wanted to know if I wanted to be checked, and I was like, no, I am literally not moving. And so she was like, okay. And everybody, it's what what mom wants, and baby sounded good and stuff like that. And then my doula came, and she's like, she knew how I wanted to give birth. I wanted to use the tub, and they were really quickly trying to fill up the tub too. And she's like, well, should we turn you around and use some pillows to support you? And I'm like, well, okay, because I knew I would be helped and supported and everything. And in one of my previous births, I wasn't. I wanted to really change positions, and my midwife refused to help me. And so that was really hard postpartum, and that actually caused a lot of damage to my body physically and things like that. And so knowing that I had been listened to beforehand, and then now it made a big, huge difference. So I literally turned over and said, I feel burning. I don't even think I said that because that's a complete sentence. And when you're at the end, you can't make a complete thought like that. I said burning. And they thought I was talking about the oil that the doula had put on my back. And I was talking about the ring of fire that you sometimes feel when you're about to give birth, when the baby's head is starting to come through. And literally her head popped out. I didn't even push. And then I just kind of sat there for a moment, and again, feeling no urge to push or anything. And the midwife is grabbing her. She managed to get one glove on, and that was it. And so she's just kind of, waiting one-handed. And I literally, my body just said, move your leg. And I literally was on my knees, and I was supporting myself on pillows, and I literally just kind of shook my right leg like that, and the rest of the baby came out, and it was amazing. So I didn't push at all, and I just love that. And while I didn't have all of the beforehand, like I thought, I had this amazing time with my husband, and I have no regrets, and everybody took such good care of us afterwards. And we left the placenta attached and all that stuff. The kids came in here and looked at the new baby, and And then, obviously afterwards we went out into the rest of the house and everything. And it was just magical. And the last 4 weeks have really flown by. And I've really worked on resting. I also left my acupuncture needles in for AGS, which is alpha gal syndrome, if you're new. And it's from a tick bite. I'm allergic to all mammal products currently. So previously during the pregnancy, I was fume reactive too and touch reactive. And so if my husband would cook, like, say, pork in the house, I would start having heart attack symptoms. And this last round of acupuncture, that went away. I actually left the needles in after she was born. I was supposed to take them out around that time, and I just decided to leave them in until I felt like they needed to come out. And, the universe lets you know things, and the glue that was holding them in kind of became liquefied. And I was like, it's probably time to take them out then. And so I got to keep them in for an extra week and a half. And then I did my blood work. And my blood work still shows that I'm reactive to beef, pork, and lamb. But I'm not fume reactive. So my husband can cook pork in the house, from the pigs that we've raised on our homestead. And, we go in with an Amish family and do half of a cow and things like that. So it's been nice, especially going into winter when the windows have to be closed and all that. I'm not just stuck back in the bedroom. And we're kind of pushing, now that she's not in me, being able to eat other foods that maybe were a little bit more risky before, and seeing how it goes. And I haven't had any reactions, thankfully. But we're talking like I'm testing sugar in a product, I'm not having beef or anything like that. And right now I'm pretty satisfied just staying vegan. I do have eggs from our chickens and stuff like that. So I guess I'm not completely vegan. And when we have chickens next year, but I don't love chicken anyway, so that's not a big thing to miss. But I'm adapting. The holidays was kind of difficult because I realized all the normal foods I wasn't going to be able to have. And my husband, I was watching all these vegan posts about, go get this because they're already selling out and stuff. And I was like, oh, I wish we could go. We were going to go after Thanksgiving. And he's like, well, let's just go. And so we went, and we went to Whole Foods, and it was a great experience. And a lot of their product line I can have myself. So you're probably going, well, okay, Grace, this is great. How does this, deal with spirituality and all that stuff? And I gotta tell you, when things come up now, it's not a big deal. And I'm handling it much more differently than I would have before. I had a couple friends that apparently unfriended me without wanting to have a conversation or anything like that. And you know what? That's okay. It's interesting because these are people that were vibrating out anyway. And so I just kind of was like, no love lost. And I had tried having conversations, but they didn't want to. And I was just like, I feel like the universe is taking care of me in different ways. And that's all it is. I keep looking at, even when something bad happens, it's like I could be really upset about the blood work with the AGS, and I'm not, because I've learned how to manage things and go, well, I can have something close. One of the big things I look forward to is my mom's taco dip. It's like a 7-layer taco dip she makes every year for Christmas. and my husband and I fight over it. My mom and I fight over my husband's cheesecake, and my husband said that he's going to try to make me vegan cheesecake, which is awesome, and I got all the stuff to make my mom's taco dip. So somebody's waking up, she's probably getting hungry, but I did want to give everybody a quick update, and I'm really hoping to be able to do a meditation soon. Just waiting another probably week or so, maybe 2. We have some other family stuff that's coming up. Thanksgiving, if you're in the States, is this coming week. And, but I just want her to be big enough to be comfortable and everything. But it's definitely on my priority list because I just feel great. The birth was so healing. And, I just want to share that perspective and that mindset with as many people as I can, because you do make the difference at the end of the day. And how beautiful it is that we're these creator beings that have that kind of control. That's just fantastic and amazing. So it's definitely changing my world, and I haven't won the lottery yet, but I'm looking forward to winning it. And I'm looking forward to, I'm always just taken care of. And it may not be how I would imagine it to be, but I know the universe has me. And I have amazing friends. I have amazing family. And I'm just happier and happier every day. And when those bumps come up, I just go, where's my focus on this? Is it fear? Is it anger? What's the emotion? And I really try to bring it back to love as often as I can. And I haven't even been watching my Abraham Hicks videos like I was, because I just, I'm there, and maybe I'm not pulling stuff out of my vortex as quickly, but I don't care. I know the universe has me and I'm getting it done. That doesn't mean I don't need encouragement, but I've been surrounded now by people who are amazing and who are encouraging me, and I'm encouraging them. So it's okay. It's like I'm like this little baby, and the universe is holding me in this lovely little carrier. And, when I have needs, I'm, fed and changed and taken care of. And she doesn't worry about that. She's never had an indication at any time in her life. And when I look back, I know I've always been taken care of. I've just doubted because I'm programmed to doubt, and that's been instilled in me, and I'm not going to do that anymore. So if you go back to some of the last few meditations, there's a lot of new beginning kind of meditations, and I'm really curious to see what this first meditation will be like. A lot of times I don't feel them, like it's just a moment where I'll feel it coming and I'm like, oh, we need to do this. And sometimes I need to do the meditation immediately, and then sometimes it's like the feeling starts to grow. It's really interesting. But I know that always comes either from my higher self or maybe from help from the other side. And I think that's beautiful to have that guiding and directing too. So I hope this is a good update. I wanted to update everybody for weeks, but I really was very big about resting and being ready to jump back into this. I didn't want to do me or my videos a disservice to anybody. So I hope everyone is well and getting ready for the holidays. Make sure you're getting your vitamin D and things like that, because we need that. We're supposed to be outside so much more. But I do have a lot of appreciation for some modern conveniences like insulation and things like that. Having a little baby and having our wood stove and things, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine just being in like a wood shack or even less and trying to keep a little baby warm and fed and changed. It's beautiful having this in our forever home, and giving me such a deeper love and understanding for so many things. So I think at that, we're to the point that I need to go for this little one. But I hope everyone's well and keep holding your perspective. Have a wonderful day.